Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon.
Those are trucks.
Those are trucks outside our window. What is going on out there?
I don't know. It must be a race.
And I'm here with Geeky Sparkles, and this is
Hello.
This is live, so we can't edit out all of the truck noises. So we do apologize.
Yeah,
for
we're
that.
late. We're late because Neon was eating hot rice and burned his throat.
I did burn my throat, so I had to get a drink to cool my throat down.
So we were late
because we want to hear Neon yell tonight.
It could be yelling because of things. Could be yelling because of the rice. Who knows?
Yeah, so anyway, Crunchyroll, there's a bit of an update today. Crunchyroll...
This is funny.
Crunchyroll is imploring its people to stay crunchy.
They are.
Stay crunchy.
That means something completely different. But anyway.
We'll talk about that. There are a couple reasons. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Christmas was good.
I got a catcher with brushable hair.
She did get a catcher with a minty catcher with mask
and brushable
and
hair.
comb and mint, completely uncreased comic.
It is. It's beautiful.
She's
anyway.
In great shape.
Go ahead, Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. So Crunchyroll has got this new campaign out there to stay crunchy. I think it's called "Please Stay Subscribed to Crunchyroll."
I know, but it's so bad. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about what this is because I'm still confused as to what it is exactly. But
I don't even know.
I'm not really sure what it is.
Okay, so
it's a bad video.
It's a bad video. We found this today. Crunchyroll has partnered with Omelette. I love these people.
Hot is in temperature, but go ahead.
Yeah, has partnered with Omelette to launch the anime streaming service's new brand campaign, Stay Crunchy.
So, this is their new brand campaign. This is their great way to stay relevant.
A dedication to the extraordinary and inclusive anime community. Anime has always been inclusive, but thanks to Crunchyroll and High Guardian Spice, Crunchyroll is now going to be even more inclusive.
So, that's what makes me mad, is this whole idea that anime is, that they have to make it inclusive in America because it never was before. Because, you want space lesbians from another planet, you got it in a Sailor Moon. You want somebody who cross-dresses. Have you watched Oran High School Host Club? I'm just like,
Ranma, he literally turned into a woman, parts and all.
And for those who like to have a character with both, that contains both genders, you can find that too. There's a lot of hentai dedicated specifically to that.
Yeah, anime has always been inclusive, but apparently now our spider sense is going off on this. We think this is to combat the negativity regarding High Guardian Spice.
Because, the negativity clearly isn't because they're ripping off of Little Witch Academia, and it's not because of the fact that they did a Pitchfork commercial, which basically was all about, here's all these people from Tumblr, and look how inclusive we are because we're all women. And we're all women, and we're people that are famous for being jerks to men online. We gotta, that couldn't be because of that. It has to be because people just don't like diversity.
Yeah, it's
not about the fact that you showed nothing but like a Kickstarter video about how diverse we are, and we're and a Little Witch Academia ripoff. It couldn't be because of that. It has to be because you jerks out there don't understand how important it is to be diverse.
You don't understand.
It's because you are bigots and you're misogynists, and that's why. It's not because it sucks. It's because of you.
Well, they're saying before we watch it, we're gonna watch the video. Before we watch the video.
This actually was kind of neat, though. I did like this.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. Well, they talked about their numbers: 45 million registered users, 12 million monthly active users. Yeah, Tumblr is gone. We took inspiration from the art of the mixtape, a personal gift crafted with care that can be sent to individuals or posted for all users, friends to enjoy.
I don't think these people really know what the mixtape is.
This isn't a mixtape.
I don't think they were born when the mixtape was popular.
Yeah, whether it's heightening someone's love for anime or opening a door for someone brand new to the genre, Crunchy Mix is a tool for they're doing a Crunchy Mix digital tool is what they're talking about.
So you can basically make a mixtape of...
I'm going to look into that after the video. What the hell is that?
Okay.
Is it a tool for the fans to show their friends that there's something for everyone in the accessible and diverse world. The accessible and diverse world of anime.
Which it was before you. It's been forever.
It's been since as long as I can remember. There are people who watch anime and read manga that don't touch American comic books, that don't watch superhero movies, but they read manga, they watch anime. It's always
it's been around forever. It's not because you invented it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a Crunchy... So I think this is like, you can make your own...
I think it's like you could recommend to your friends like a mixtape.
Yeah.
Like, here's my favorite episode of this, and I don't know. I
Start
like
free
the
trial.
idea of mixtape.
So it's paid. This is called Let's Recoup Some of That Lost Revenue from all the people that are jumping ship.
The mixtape is a good idea, but it's just like, I wouldn't waste it on this. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so we're just gonna preface. This is their commercial. This is the most.
Oh my god.
This is the most. Okay, remember that Sailor Moon, that live action Sailor Moon?
She refreshed our memories.
Live action Sailor Moon made sure they had one of every race represented. Do I have to pull it up?
Okay, you don't have to, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. This is basically that. It literally starts with a gender fluid Tumblr artist posting fan art to Tumblr, and it just goes on from there.
I thought it was a dude, but I could be wrong.
I said gender fluid artist. I didn't say. Okay, so
they have to get "We're Gonna Win" in there too, which we'll talk about.
Yes, we will talk about this. So we're gonna play this for you guys, and we might have to stop it a few times just to make sure
we don't get in trouble.
We don't get in trouble.
So we're I guess this
making
is their
fan arts.
This is their character. This
their
is the He-Man or whatever.
Yep, but look, that looks like Tumblr.
Oh,
see the little icon? That looks like Tumblr, and that color, that's Tumblr. They are posting on Tumblr, and they look nervous. But look!
It's okay!
Oh my god!
I did it! I'm relieved. And there it goes. My creation came to life.
Oh my god.
So we can, hook up with these kids with bad hair and, fight.
Look how exciting Crunchyroll is.
Now, is this, do I get the powers to go into a dark tunnel and blast evil with my hand to save the kitty, which I would totally save the kitty, guys.
I think they're overselling it a little bit. But we're just gonna wait, it's gonna get
So now we're all doing our karaoke.
All the tropes. Oh. This looks like 1989. Oh, okay.
So, because we're singing our karaoke, that means us, okay. This is where it goes in the Sailor Moon live action territory.
Yeah, but I gotta admit that wheelchair is pretty badass.
It is badass.
If I needed a wheelchair, I would get the robot wheelchair.
But see, you can't make fun of this commercial, because you make fun of this commercial. Oh, yeah, you love this one. It's like he's smiling, like winky face, and he's just like, why are you looking at me like that?
Self-explanatory.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
He's like, what?
Yeah, the one dude is like, why is that guy looking at me, and where in the fuck are those pedals coming from? Yeah, what the hell is going on here? I gotta text my girlfriend after the swim meet and tell her that this dude was creeping on me and all these pedals were raining from the sky.
No, he's not allowed to have a girlfriend because that makes him toxic masculinity. Okay, go ahead. And now there's weird
squids
fish for no reason.
Swordfish.
Okay.
And she's a warrior.
She has pretty eyes though.
Yeah. Now it's yeah.
We have to make
Mario
sure
Strikers. Oh
yeah, she likes that one. Of course she does.
But the lyrics.
Yeah, the lyrics you can't hear.
I don't know if you can hear the lyrics.
It's like it's gonna win or something.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win
what?
in the end.
Win what? It's like She-Ra. We're gonna win in the end. Win what?
Exactly like I almost said Sailor Moon. Exactly like
pretty much.
She-Ra, where we're gonna win. We're gonna win in the end.
Go we're gonna win
us.
The win. We're gonna win the end, and I'm like, win what? Okay, and that one you can at least make sense. We're gonna beat Hordak or whatever. But this one, we're gonna win. What are you gonna win? What is Crunchyroll competing for? That's what I don't understand.
No, Crunchyroll is competing for eyeballs because nobody really cares, I think, about Crunchyroll at this point. As evidence, let's see here. We did this before in the She-Ra apologists, bust us. They got 1,000 followers on Twitter for High Guardian Spies.
Almost 1,100, to be fair.
Almost 1,100. They
someone's going to go do that just to make it 1,100.
744 people liking it on since August.
And they had a bunch of articles defending it after,
and a bunch of articles
back in
defending
August, I remember.
Oh, there's a lot. Oh, my God. Look at all the angry faces. How many hearts? Oh, wow. 42 and 12.
Whoa.
More. Holy.
What if you had the 24 and the 12?
Yeah. So, I'm thinking that Crunchyroll is doubling down on their decision to.
Right. Hence we're going to keep putting the win.
Right. We're going to win, and we're going to win diversity. And Anime has always been diverse.
It has
That's
been.
just sort of
It has been.
an unspoken truth. We don't need Crunchyroll to tell us that anime needs to be more diverse.
Because it's always been diverse. That's
yeah.
what, I don't get. I'm not understanding this. Like, what are you going to win? Like, one, are there prizes involved? And two, it's like, it's, have you watched anime? It's always been diverse. Always been.
Yeah, so I think this campaign is stay crunchy. I think it's sort of a backhand slap to the haters.
Keep pushing the diversity.
They're pushing the diversity,
and it just happens to come out, now when they're getting ready to start promoting High Guardian Spice. I just find the timing a little odd.
Yeah.
Meow.
That actually is.
That would be my shirt. Meow. Oh, I want to tell a funny little side story, that has nothing to do with this, but it's funny, and it involves meows. Okay, so when I was in college, and I was in the painting room. Now, we had a problem with the painting room, because the painting room, the ventilation system was broken, and the windows would not open. So when you have a 3-hour class involving paint and paint thinner, you can just imagine how happy everybody was when they left the room, which is another story. But this one guy, and he was completely insane and nuts, and he was a lot older. He had the hots for this girl in our art class who was like, 20, and he was like 38 or something like that. Well, she wouldn't date him. And because she's like, dude, no. And so he actually went and made a painting class of a cat, and he wrote the word me-ouch on his painting and turned it in as his project, because the girl that was like 20 wouldn't date him when he was like almost twice her age.
Well,
and he was creepy and weird too. And he would like stare at her the whole time. It was creeping me out, and I wasn't even the one getting stared at that time. That time. So anyway, that's a totally unrelated story, but I thought it was funny. And then Crunchy. Can we talk about what Crunchy means? Go ahead.
Thank you, Seatown Avenger. Didn't have to do that. Crunchyroll, we will win your money. That's exactly.
Trying.
This was not put. I don't think this was actually put out on the Crunchyroll blog. This is on some really obscure anime site called 3F by Space.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never heard of them before, but they just sort of put this press release out. Very weird. It's a very weird rollout.
It's just really strange, and it's what backwards says shelter, and then they had to have Naruto there to make sure, I'm cool. Space. I'm cool with my Naruto.
But yeah, like literally, this person was posting on Tumblr, and is very nervous. Very nervous.
Well, I'd be nervous posting on Tumblr too.
Because this is what Tumblr does to you.
Oh no, Thanos!
This is what happened to Tumblr on the 17th, right here. This person was posting porn, and now they're gone.
He wasn't even posting porn. He was posting a shirt that you could barely see nipples through, but just the outline was enough.
That was enough. Just the nips. The nips were enough to get that person zapped from existence by Tumblr.
Well, nips are enough to get a lot of people zapped, but that's another story entirely. But anyway, the Crunchy. Can we talk about what Crunchy means? I just think it's funny that they're using "Stay Crunchy" as their tagline. Because what Crunchy usually means, it meant until they've appropriated it. It meant like those people that are like the super, like the moms who buy like the reusable pads, and the people that like, they use that, they literally go on Etsy and stuff and buy the communal butt cloth so that you can all wipe from it and wash it.
Hippie mamas.
That's what Crunchy meant.
This is, the definition of Crunchy, circa 2013, so it's been a couple of years.
You better read his thing first.
I'm sorry, JD, 1989, thank you, didn't have to do that, $2. I don't want to stay crunchy in milk.
I don't either.
No. Crunchy refers to the crunch of granola, which, as goes the stereotype, hippie-esque people are likely to eat. To be crunchy is to be along the mindset of all natural. There's a very broad spectrum, but here are some topics associated with crunchy mommies.
That's where I've heard it. Crunchy
Natural
moms.
Birthing, home birthing, placenta encapsulating. We have a video of this.
They eat them too.
Holy shit, they have a video of this. Wait.
I don't want to see that video. No, they eat it too. But that's another story.
They cook placentas. Breastfeeding, baby wearing, baby-led weaning, cloth diapering, elimination, communication, co-sleeping, bed sharing, non or selective vaccinating, anti-circumcision, attachment, parenting techniques, homeschooling or unschooling, natural medicine.
Hey, we get the idea. But
organic eating plus many more.
Crunchy mamas are like the ones that, they don't want to waste anything or cause more pollution, so they use like reusable washable pads and things like that. Crunchy. That's what crunchy means. And I stay crunchy, and I just start howling. I'm like, You go there. You
Oh my
clearly
God.
are people who don't have kids and aren't around moms and don't know what crunchy means.
So this is, I think this is part backhand bitch slap to Crunchyroll's vocal fan base who have basically have no interest in High Guardian Spice or the politics associated with High Guardian Spice. And it's also part panic mode. I think Crunchyroll is seeing its numbers decline because people are pissed. So they're like, stay crunchy, like stay subscribed to Crunchyroll, please. Please.
Because we're going to win if you stay with us. Stay crunchy with us because we're going to include everyone.
Stay crunchy.
And we're going to win because, I thought you included pretty much everyone before this. But apparently are they admitting that they were excluding people based on things prior?
No,
I know, I'm just saying.
No, but it's like, it's so weird. Like Crunchyroll, instead of like focusing on, like, this is what they should be focused there. That's what they want anime girls. Right? That's what they want. Instead,
she's cute because she's got red hair. It's like the color of mine.
They've been to the expo, and we get like, I don't know what they're going for here. I think they're trying to
still shot it. He's got some Funko Pops. It looks like.
Yeah, Reddit 137. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. $2. No, I think what's going on is they're kind of freaking out, and I think they're also trying to. And this is backfired spectacularly with Marvel Comics. And
do you think this has anything to do with the Shonen Jump thing?
No, I think this has to do with the Netflix thing.
Well, I think it has to do with
I think this is, some of these people are whizzing on by here. I think what's going on here is that, Netflix is quickly becoming the 800-pound gorilla when it comes to streaming. I don't know why you
keep picking on 800-pound gorillas.
Because they're fat, and I need to mock them. Nobody likes a chubby gorilla. Nobody likes a chubby monkey. I like my monkeys.
There's chunky monkey ice cream.
I like my monkeys firm. I like a firm monkey.
Okay. I don't even know how to follow that up.
So chunky monkey's no good.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so anyway, no, I think Netflix. I think Netflix is, clearly going. I mean, they're hurting Funimation. So Funimation pulls off a Crunchyroll. I think because Funimation's like, you guys are all batshit.
Yeah.
Funimation pulls off Crunchyroll.
Well, I think there was a big thing that they were promising money. Well, supposedly they were promising money to animation studios and the animators in Japan. And there's all that stuff going supposedly that happened. We did a thing on it before, but
yeah,
I don't remember all the details.
So now we got Netflix, which sniped Evangelion from Funimation. And Funimation's pissed about that. But Netflix has like infinite money, and there's really. I mean, if Crunchyroll, if what they're going to do is just churn out High Guardian Spice, then there's really no reason for Crunchyroll.
No.
If you've already got Netflix, you already got Funimation, you don't need Crunchyroll. So Crunchyroll is going after what it thinks its target audience is.
Tumblr.
Which is Tumblr, and
well,
poor timing.
They didn't know what crunchy meant.
poor timing. Poor timing, because, yes, Tumblr. Tumblr is fucking dead. Tumblr is dead.
I do think that's a cute picture, though.
That is a cute picture.
I can't be mad when I see that. It makes me smile because it's cute. Anyway, I like the little blossoms. It's adorable. Those were the blossoms came from the swimming pool.
Oh, that's right. She's raining down her petals on those two young boys, even though the one boy looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he does.
Because the other boy's looking at him in that way, in that special way.
He's smiling.
And he's also, it's a nervous smile. It's like, dude, I do not want to see your swordfish.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, we actually talked about, someone said, can we address that one comic writer who compared the comic industry's success to the manga industry? Yeah, we already did a thing about that person.
We know that person. We've had issues with that person.
Where did this person come from? This person was around webcomics for years, so we are already well familiar with that person, and we're not going to go there because I don't want to, let's just say this person is known for anytime there's any bit of controversy, they're in there screaming about it because their platform is pretty much built on, porn and
ambulance chasing
and screaming about everything. That's pretty much their platform. So that doesn't surprise me one iota. Anyway, so anything else you want to say about Stay Crunchy?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to stay crunchy. I think they're going to drop Crunchyroll, which is what I think is going on right now. And they're, instead of being like, oh yeah, hey, maybe we should try to appeal to anime fans with actual anime, they're doubling down with this commercial, showing the Tumblr All-Stars and showing very little actual anime, and I think it's going to backfire.
Somebody said
really
Tumblr people have transferred to Twitter. Yeah, you know what? It is. I have to mute some people because I'm constantly seeing like the stuff that I didn't go to Tumblr for.
They're saying it's not Jeff Jocks.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not exactly. I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's like, what was I talking about? Oh, Twitter. So I'm on there, and there's a lot of things I didn't go to Tumblr for because I didn't want to see that stuff. And now I'm on Twitter, and it's like every other post is the things I didn't want to see on Tumblr. So now I'm like, oh shit, because now I have to keep muting people so I don't see their commissions. They're not commissions.
They're unsolicited. They're unsolicited commissions.
So you can't have nipples on Twitter. Or on Tumblr. Don't worry, they're all on Twitter now.
Yeah,
among other body parts. I can promise you that.
All the nipples and dicks you could possibly want are on Twitter now.
And it's on the same people.
Sometimes the nipples and dicks are on the same people.
Yeah, no, many of them are on the same people. Anyway, so if that's
wait, they have many nipples or many?
They had both big boobs and dicks. So
okay.
if you really want that, if you're into that,
real?
No, they're cartoon. If you're into that, Twitter is the place for you. So I'm just telling you, if that's your thing, head over to Twitter because it's all there all the time now, man.
Yeah, Twitter has turned into a freaking I don't want to see that.
Work. It isn't safe for work, and I've got kids in the house because they're cyber schooled, and I'm like, it's not that I'm a crunchy mama, it's because we travel a lot. But
yeah, but I'm like, I just don't understand Twitter. I don't understand Twitter because I'm like,
it is the new haven for nipples and dicks.
Yeah, I don't understand because. The thing with Twitter is that they're trying to be this safe space, right? They're censoring everyone. If you use any language that they find even remotely offensive, you get banned. Lady Hawk says, I used to work comm boost with Funimation back in the day and knew some high up people in the company. They aren't dumb. Funimation knows a sinking ship when they see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They've been around for years. They're not stupid. They know how it goes.
Yeah. So Twitter, though, they're so crazy about making sure people don't harass people, even if it's imaginary harassment, but then they turn around and they're like, here's full frontal nudity.
Yeah, and if you don't
Surprise!
like it, there's something wrong with you. And
you're a hater.
I was going to say about this commercial. What was funny to me about this commercial was the fact that they had to make sure that to get across their diversity, they had to make sure they put all these diversity things in here. So that if you complain about where Crunchyroll's going, they're going to turn around and say, you're just against people in wheelchairs. What's wrong with you, you jerk?
Yeah,
you must be against this ethnicity or that ethnicity because we were focused on them in that commercial. You are clearly a racist bigot because you didn't like a commercial. It's like, no, I just thought your commercial was trying too hard and stupid.
You're using people.
Yeah.
You're using people and their ethnicity and their sexual identity and their even handicap to try to make a case for why people should stay on Crunchyroll.
Yes. But it's the same thing like you see. Well, go ahead and read that and I'll go back.
Reddith 137, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Appeal to SJWs, call unsubscribers bigots.
Yes, that's it's the way it's going.
And again, this maybe I'm reading too much into this, but given the mindset of Crunchyroll now, we've seen it. I think this is a backhand slap to the haters, the quote unquote haters, the people who have had an issue with High Guardian Spice, have had an issue with the in your face politics that they're going on at Crunchyroll right now. This is their answer to that. This campaign is their answer to that.
My thing about it is we're seeing it with Star Wars, we're seeing it with She-Ra, especially. It's this whole idea that if you don't like something, even if you have a really good reason why you didn't like it, and it could be something thematic, it could be something like I don't like the art style, it could be whatever. Doesn't matter what your reason is. As soon as you don't like it, you are labeled this, that, and the other because you didn't like it. So that the reason when they use this is like you said, a shield. Like you're going to use your special needs as a shield. We're going to use your ethnicity as a shield. We're going to use your body type as a shield. And it's crap. It's just people can just not like it because they don't like it. And I'm sorry, I want to say one more thing. Someone said nudity is freedom of expression. It's the purest form of the internet. But yeah, block, unfollow that if you don't want it be in your feed. My thing is I just mute the person because I'm not going to block somebody because I don't do that unless I have to. For one. And two, it's like they're more than welcome to do what they want to do. I just have to mute it on mine because I have kids in the house.
Because the kids walk in the room, mom's looking up,
I'm just looking through Twitter and there's pictures of
dirty anime pictures.
Yeah, so I just mute it.
I think the difference for me is if you go looking for it specifically, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But
I wasn't looking for it specifically.
Right. It shouldn't be in your face. No pun, but whatever.
It wasn't, yeah. You couldn't
it should be in your face when you're just looking for news on Twitter, like, oh my God, dicks, there's a place for that. There's a time and a place for that. And just a random Twitter feed is not.
Mom's a pervert. Yeah, we want to avoid that. Thank you. They already know Mom's weird. We don't want to go further than that. They would ask me what I was doing. So anyway, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I mean, I think this is, this says a lot. I think Crunchyroll, I think they're in trouble. I mean, they got a lot of backlash in, comic books, comics kind of rolled over for a while and let, these ideologues sort of take over. And they got embedded so far that it was almost too late to do anything about it. Anime fans, they're not going to put up with this.
I don't think they're going to.
They're not going to put up with this.
But I think this whole idea that we're saying that, there's no diversity is absolute crap.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and the thing is, one thing I have noticed about, like, when you go to anime cons and stuff, too, is how accepting everybody is of everyone before this. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Everybody was like, hey, we like the same things.
Yeah,
woohoo. Even before this stuff happened. You don't
Yeah.
need this. They already were.
Yeah, I mean,
they were so cool about everything. Good.
We did the anime circuit for
I love doing anime cons.
years, as part of our webcomic. We did that. We got to hang out with some pretty cool people. And it's always been very diverse. And the thing is it never came up. It was never like, by the way, did I mention my sexual orientation or my skin color or my politics or my... No, it's just cool people hanging out talking about anime. It never was an issue.
They cosplayed as whatever they wanted, whether it was the same ethnicity or not. It didn't matter. It was like, well, that's awesome. And they were already diverse. They were already accepting. This is not new. Hey, I thought this was funny. Someone said, Nostalgia Critic, Mom, get off my wet banana. Should we tell them the Nostalgia Critic stories?
He cheated.
Well, speaking of AnimeCon, we were at AnimeCon. We were guests at AnimeCon a few years ago. And when we were there, they said, hey, guys, do you want to play Cards Against Humanity? And we're like, okay. And we never played it at that point. And so we had to go. So we're like, okay, it won't be that many people, we thought. So we're heading down to the room to play Cards Against Humanity.
They weren't.
And we were playing with Nostalgia Critic, his brother, and Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
So we're heading
on
down.
the stage in front of like 1,000
that's
people.
it. We're basically this line. This is huge line wrapping around all these hallways. And I'm like, oh, they must be going to the anime dating game or something. No. They were all coming to the same room we were in. And there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And we had to play Cards Against Humanity in front of hundreds of people. And I'm a shy person. So that was interesting. But we got to play with the Nostalgia Crickett's brother, who seemed to have all the good cards for no reason whatsoever.
They did have all the good cards for no reason whatsoever.
And Matt Mercer.
Matt
Mercer was very nice.
Matt Mercer was very cool. Actually, Doug Walker wasn't. I mean, I had like very limited interaction with him, but Mercer was I'll go on record saying Matt Mercer is a very, very cool guy.
Yeah, he was very nice. Cool, he was very nice. So anyway,
oh god,
that was our. That's not good.
That's outside my.
So maybe he did cheat because he does bad things.
Okay. Well,
anyway,
I haven't talked to him since.
I am shy. It's funny because I'm not on here, but if you met me in person, I'm usually pretty shy. So anyway, we're gonna move on to something else.
Yeah, somebody did have a question though. Lavender Place.
Okay.
If I was going to write a story and I wanted some diverse characters, how do you make it diverse without shoving it down people's throats?
Well, go watch Dragon Prince.
Yeah, go watch Dragon Prince. Go watch a lot of anime.
Go watch Avatar.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can there's a lot of things you can take inspiration from. You can tell a good story. You know what my number one thing is for this? Make good characters who happen to have, to be this, that, or that. Make good characters who happen to be, handicapped. Make a good character who happens to be a different ethnicity. Make a good character who happens to be, LGBTQ. That's not their defining characteristic. That's part of who they are. But it's not just solely about that.
Felix, thank you. Somebody said you met Matt Mercer. Pictures, please. Actually, Matt hugged Geeky. Felix, thank you. Let's face it. Because the anti-Trump movement, the media is so overcompensating to show how progressive they are. Yeah, I think there's some feelings of guilt.
I agree.
Some guilt in there.
I don't have a picture. They weren't allowed to take pictures.
No, we weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to video it or anything.
They weren't allowed to videotape it or anything. Go ahead.
Lady Hawk, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Haven't done cons in years because I was distracted with family issues. That is a legitimate thing to deal with.
We have to.
Now I'm scared to go because of political correctness garbage. Hope you had a great Christmas. We did have a great Christmas.
Yes, hope you had one too.
We actually haven't done cons in a few years.
The
ones we do aren't as bad, I guess.
No, the ones we do aren't. That's not usually a problem. But I've heard of horror stories from other people.
I'm going to tell you, I think...
Yeah, Legend of Korra is another one, yeah.
I think that the convention goers are not crazy. I think the sometimes the showrunners are overcompensating. I definitely think the pop culture media outlets
Oh, they're pushing it.
They are
Bunch
pushing.
of Nazi people, and what's a Nazi? Anybody who doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, but
You know,
you
it's
talk
like
to the
something-
average con goer, and most of them are pretty solid people. They're not pushing, agendas. It's the media. The media
Right.
is absolutely pushing agendas.
Right,
I
back
think.
to the question. You have regular characters. Yes, good characters. That's what I'm saying. Just find, you can find all kinds of examples of well-written, diverse characters in places. Look how they did it. When you want to write a character, like my son says, and I still think this is really smart, that he says this. He said, if you being, Asian or black, or, you being a woman, or you being, gay or straight or whatever is the most interesting thing about you, then that's just sad. That's just part of who you are that isn't who you are. You know what I mean? And you need to, it's part of who you are, yes, but you're so much, characters are so much more than that. So you've read a good character who's just a good character who happens to be these things, and that's a way you can do it, and it doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel like you're trying to push something down people's throat. It's totally possible.
Oh yeah, it's totally possible. Right, people first. Somebody said
people first, yes.
People first, and then
Exactly.
they just happen to be. They're interesting characters who just happen to be
Right.
XYZ. Those are secondary traits. They're not the defining.
And the thing is, the best compliment you can get as a writer is when people say your characters feel so real to me. Like they feel like they could be a real person I can go talk to. And I think if your character is a real person, you can't get a better compliment than that, because that means you're doing your job correctly.
Yeah.
And if your character feels like somebody that they want to hang out with, it feels like somebody that feels real to them, that isn't a stereotype, that it's a real person, then there's no better compliment than that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, I
Sorry,
agree.
guys.
I agree.
Sorry, we took a little detour. But anyway.
Okay, we took a detour. So let us.
Oh, yeah, Shiro.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
Shiro was, well, Shiro didn't make people happy either, apparently.
Nothing can make people happy.
Are we going to
online.
talk about Chris Pratt?
Yes.
Not my brother.
Now he's problematic. Oh, everybody keeps asking if we're related to him.
No.
We're not related to Chris Pratt that we know of.
Hit him up for a loan. Chris Pratt is problematic according to TV Guide. Chris Pratt, if you're not familiar, people are asking who Chris Pratt is. He's Star-Lord. in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was in the Jurassic World movies.
And he's probably one of the highest paid male actors in Hollywood right now. I think he's an action star. He's making bank, and he's got a huge target on his forehead. Now, I'm going to read part of this Washington Times article written by Doug Ernst, who's actually been in our chat before.
Oh, okay.
So,
Doug did this. Okay.
This is an actual article on an actual news site. Chris Pratt labeled problematic, divisive celebrity for TV Guide's Christmas coverage.
Okay.
Actor Chris Pratt has received the op-ed equivalent of coal in his
Yes,
stocking
he
by
did.
TV Guide for being socially problematic.
Yes.
Publication TV Guide's 12 Days of Christmas may be billed as a festive celebration to honor, notice all the quotes Doug put in here,
Yeah, it's
celebrities
right.
named Chris for the holidays, but its recent piece suggests otherwise. The Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom star says fans need to learn how to love Chris Pratt without hating yourself.
That was the actual title of the article. You have it, right? It actually.
How to love Chris Pratt without hating yourself. He's the
I like
most
Chris
divisive
Pratt.
of the
Don't
Chris's.
hate myself. So I guess I win. We're gonna win.
So this is the Cliff Notes version. So I'm going to take Doug's in. We'll go back to the original article, and then
Okay,
we'll talk about
sorry.
this author. So are we talking like Harvey Weinstein problematic, Kevin Spacey problematic, Kevin Hart problematic? What? Yeah, because I'm thinking like, oh my God, he's problematic. It's got to be something. Got to be something
no.
major. Oh, thank you. Oh, we had people on here. I'm sorry, guys. Right with 137. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. Conventions have become scary, both the mainstreaming and SJWs. People get yelled at because they're too fat or not fat enough to cosplay the character.
Yes, and body shamed. It's just
That's
nuts.
not good. McKinney 90, thank you. Did not have to do that. When you're interested in who the character is and what their story arc is about, and you completely forget the fact that they're insert race, gender, sexuality, that's good diversity. I completely agree with that.
A character that sticks with you, you're still thinking about days later because you care about the character. That's diversity done right. That's characterization done right.
Absolutely, and you should be able to identify with the character, even if the character is not the same gender, even if the character is not the same age. There should be some kind of a connection there that everybody can connect with the character regardless.
He reminds them of somebody they know, or he's like my brother. She's like my sister. Something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and good characters stick with you like that. Okay, so these are the reasons for Mr. Pratt's problematic nature.
Yes.
It's not because he's a creep like Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey. Pratt mocked outrage culture in a 2015 Facebook post pre-apologizing for something he probably eventually did.
He said he'd probably say something stupid, and he apologized ahead of time if he said something stupid.
How dare he?
But then he didn't say anything stupid anyway, so it didn't matter.
Dare he?
But he's in trouble for apologizing ahead of time in case he's not thinking he said something that he didn't realize would offend people, and it offended somebody.
Oh, that's one of the only things Chris Pratt did that was problematic was Star-Lord screwing the plan up in Infinity War.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mr. Pratt gave a 2017 interview in which he called for more Hollywood films for the average blue-collar American. My God.
Oh, yeah. She goes into detail about why that's bad.
The actor is an avid hunter who has often spoken about his love of hunting, currently raises lambs on his farm.
Okay, well, I don't like hunting, but I still don't hate him.
That's a personal choice.
In my heart, but it doesn't make me hate him. Go ahead.
Geeky does not shoot animals.
I love animals.
Geeky's not going to hate
like
somebody
my two things.
if they shoot animals.
Don't mess with those.
Pratt has apparently tried to give his family's aging cat away via Twitter, though he later gave an explanation, and so the cat eventually found a good home.
But as long as he found a home for the kitty, what difference does it make? Anyway, go ahead.
So the article, now this is her wording, and we'll talk about the author here. Taking issue with some of Pratt's real-life remarks doesn't mean that you can't still find him funny as Andy Dwyer or Star-Lord. The writer continued, those two things can absolutely exist in the same space.
He's an actor. He's not, those are his characters, not him.
Because damn it, he made that joke in 2015. It's actually one of the fundamental rules of understanding a celebrity. And once you know that, you're not only wiser, but you simply continue to apply that knowledge moving forward. Now, the Daily Wire, which is run by Ben Shapiro, actually speculated that Pratt's Christian faith could be part of the issue.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised he has not gotten shit sooner because of it. Go ahead.
Wiki Dolly, thank you. Did not have to do that. Any thoughts on the new Mega Man Fully Charged cartoon on Cartoon Network? I actually haven't seen it. I have to look into that.
It now.
So far, I think the bringing animation is enjoyable. That's good
have
because
to look into it.
Every time I think of Mega Man cartoons, I think of the really lame Mega Man cartoon from the 90s where he was like really buff. And it was like, wow, this is not Mega Man. But I guess it could be worse. It could be Captain N with their Mega Man was like really terrible. Stack Shock was a very good show. Very good show. And so anyway, back to Chris Pratt being a Christian.
Yeah, he actually they're going to talk about the Hidden Choice Awards. That's what I thought of. Yeah. He actually, had this really funny acceptance speech. It was hilarious. Talking about when you go to the bathroom at a party, hurry up and, pee first, then, so you're not peeing on top of it to make it stink if you have to poop. It was hilarious. And then he mentioned about thanking God, and I was like, oh, they're going to hate him for sure now. And I was surprised he didn't take crap before. There's no pun intended.
I mean, he basically just said, hey, thank God. Now, I remember a time not too long ago, 10, 15 years ago, you had rappers that were dropping the F-bomb and then they're turning around thanking God in the same breath.
I say bad things and then I say that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
I'm Christian, it's not very good ones sometimes.
Not very good ones. But no, it's just like, I mean, this guy is like tame. He's very tame, but he is the most problematic Chris in Hollywood right now, according to this Caitlin Thomas. So I checked Caitlin Thomas out. She's the senior editor of the West Coast, and I went to her Twitter, and look, she's got the tweets protected. I think because she's getting a lot of flack for this ridiculous, stupid clickbait article that she wrote. If you're the editor of TV Guide and you put that out there and you put your name on it, I mean the chips fall.
Well, here's what she talks. If you go down, she talks about exactly what she's upset about the blue collar thing and that.
This got, now Doug actually left some of this out, but he talks about farm fresh, farm to table lamb. Geeky's not. I actually don't eat lamb either. I don't eat
baby animals. Sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it.
But I am not going to tell somebody they're not allowed to eat.
No, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
It's not my place to tell them what they can and can't eat.
But I do eat meat, so I mean, I guess I'm a hypocrite, but I can't eat babies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so there was something in here. I gotta find it. Because he said, he was hoping people wouldn't watch his video on mute.
I remember this.
Yeah, thus watching and digesting the information in the video. The apology, which also gave in American Sign Language, was earnest and extensive. They were accusing him of mocking deaf people. But he wasn't. He's just like, I wish people would just watch the full video, not just skip past the subtitles. And
then they jumped him and said he was mocking the hearing impaired. And it's like, are you effing kidding me? Yeah. This is what. Yeah, the idea. Okay,
And I agree with him. This was in 2017, another troubling
You have
article.
to go dig this shit up. You have to go through and try to dig it up.
She spent way too much time digging.
Pratt shaming.
Pratt shaming, in which he stated there were no movies that represented his own experience. I don't see personal stories that necessarily resonate with me because they're not my stories, he told the magazine.
Yeah.
I think there's room for me to tell mine and probably an audience that would be hungry for them. The voice of the average blue-collar American isn't necessarily represented in Hollywood. I agree with that because the average blue-collar American isn't indicative of the people that live in Los Angeles.
Right. And the people that are running this stuff now.
You know,
but look how they took it. The idea that Pratt doesn't see himself. Though he may come from a working-class family and spends most of his time on a farm, he's a successful, straight, white man at the heart of two major film franchises. As being represented in television or film is ridiculous, as is the idea that working-class America isn't well represented in Hollywood. There are a number of films and TV shows that depict working-class struggle, and I'd be happy to send Pratt a list.
What, the Connors?
But the truth is, the reason Pratt's comment enraged so many people is because it ignored the fact there are a number of communities actually struggling for better representation. Communities that have been fighting for a very long time to see themselves on TV and film.
Here's the thing. Chris Pratt is, if I remember his story correctly, he was basically like living in a van or something for years, bussing tables, and Radon Chong gave him his first break, I believe. Radon Chong, a woman of color. Do you
have a pencil?
I don't have a pencil.
I'll be back.
Okay, so let's see here. Make sure we are going. Yeah, so this is kind of a garbage article, and she did get some pushback on this. But God, they really had to look.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Aquaman or Fantastic Beasts?
No.
Actually, no, we haven't.
Fantastic Beasts was last weekend at our local theater. We didn't get to go. And Aquaman we wanted to go see last week. We didn't get to go. It's just we haven't had time, and we really need to go. And we want to see Bumblebee, too.
Yeah, Bumblebee, I've heard nothing but good things about Bumblebee, which is awesome because I'm a huge Transformers fan, and Bayformers, the Michael Bay Transformers, like, broke my soul. Like, I literally lost all interest.
It broke your soul?
It did.
It's a little dramatic.
It hurt me. It wounded
me.
me.
I know. I don't like they did to She-Ra, but I wouldn't say it broke my soul.
Well, I got into a fight with people working on the movie publicly.
Yeah, you talked about that before.
Anyway, but I lost interest in Transformers because of the Bayformers movies, and it looks like they're trying to come back and win the fans back. I think with Bumblebee because they've actually got G1 style Transformers, and it looks pretty cool.
I kind of want to see it, but we'll
definitely.
We aren't going to probably see Fantastic Beasts till it's out on DVD now, or we just buy the codes, but yeah, Bumblebee we definitely want to see. Definitely see Bumblebee.
So that is the situation with Chris Pratt. And this really dumb editor. I'm gonna say that because I think it was very.
But if you would go look at any celebrity, I don't care who they are, and you wanted to dig and find stuff they said that was quote unquote problematic, you could. It's like my mom always said: if you're gonna go looking for negative stuff, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it. So, but we're just gonna focus on his problematic stuff while they probably gloss over other people's problematic stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, let's go to, let's see here. Oh, hey. The best and worst.
I called this. You can just guess half of these.
All right, the best and worst TV shows of 2018. Let's
5 of them are so obvious.
Obvious. We're gonna bring this up here so you guys can see better.
Okay.
Pardon my Photoshop. Okay. Yeah, so this is IO9. IO9, a very progressive left-leaning one
of the ones that are paid off. I mean,
that
are allowed to that had the friendly media.
These are the best TV shows and the worst TV shows of 2018 according to IO9. IO9. Number 1, American Horror Story Apocalypse. I've never seen it. Can't vouch for it. Number 2, Doctor Who.
I just love the way they write this up, though. It's so funny.
Doctor Who. Jodie Whittaker's debut season as the Doctor has been one of change, not just for the titular Time Lord.
Why do they keep using that word?
Titular. But the show at large. Chris Chibnall's tenure began with some bold explorations of just how Doctor Who can use its incredible premise to educate, inspire, and entertain in ways.
Talk to people, preach to people.
In ways starkly different than it has before, choosing to focus on grounded human stories, i.e.,
boring,
cheap. Very few special effects. Then on chasing rubber-suited monsters down corridors, but that's fun. It's fumbled a few times. The process, at least they admit it, but it's also given us some of the show's most fascinatingly frank and powerful stories.
They're boring.
We wouldn't mind a few of those more traditional Who monster
Wait,
stories.
I thought you didn't want those. I thought you wanted this grounded, education-inspired, bull.
The Magic School Bus.
It is a Magic School Bus, but
as far as
less entertaining.
But as far as first steps go, Whitaker, Chibnall, and the Who crew hit the ground running in 2018, sorting out fair play.
No, they didn't.
Fair
Go
play.
ask the fans on Rotten Tomatoes how they hit the ground.
The Expanse, don't watch it. The Good Place,
That was actually pretty funny from time
don't
to
watch
time.
it. It was okay.
It was okay for that time.
The Haunting of Hill House, I want to see this. Actually, Squid King's been bugging me to watch
Well, go
this.
watch it.
I need to watch this. Legends of Tomorrow.
I did watch this.
I actually kind of dropped Legends of Tomorrow. I got tired of it.
You know what? Legends of Tomorrow is it's very agenda driven, but they do it in a way that it's still fun. Like it's still funny. Like they're like they're kind of going the route of they're like really shoving it in your face and we're shoving it in your face. But it's still fun.
Who's shoving what in whose face?
You have to go watch it. But it's still a fun show and it's still funny and it's still it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like it's getting the messages across they want to get across, but it's in a way that you still can watch it because it's still entertaining enough to keep watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fun, but you know what I mean.
The third season ended with a demon fighting a giant blue knockoff of Tickle Me Elmo. I do remember seeing that.
That was funny.
All right, guys, here we go. So we got Doctor Who's number 2, number 7.
God.
She-Ra and the Princesses of Power has made IO9's top 10 list for best television shows.
Yes, no, I get to read this. After seeing how awkwardly Netflix's Voltron reboot ended, it ended after She-Ra started, but okay. Then She-Ra and the Princess of Power felt like a breath of fresh air. If you live out in the fields where they spread it with poop. If only for the fact that it felt like a solid reimagining, no it didn't, of a classic series that was unabashed in its desire to be a show for a 2018 audience. To put it much more simply, just in case you didn't get it the first time, we're going to make sure you get it. She-Ra was a delightfully queer, inclusive show that emphasized the importance of empathy as a source of strength. Instead of, her actually being a real, force captain and stuff like she was.
Yeah.
A kind of message that more programming, be it audiences young or old, should be championing. What show is it now? Seriously. I'm like, they keep acting like it invented it. I'm like, have you seen Steven Universe, which is on the list?
Yeah, Steven Universe is unsurprisingly.
All this stuff. They keep, they're Legends of Tomorrow. They are not new in this. They are not new in this. Go watch Legends of Tomorrow, people. Did this story. Go ahead.
Yeah, so She-Ra is only number 7. I thought She-Ra, with her 100% Rotten Tomatoes score, would have been number 1 because Doctor Who only has like a 93 or 94% critic score and a like 28% audience score.
Yes.
At this point.
Someone said about the House on Hunting Hill is good, but not for kids. So you might want to think about that.
Okay,
one.
well, he's old enough. He's old enough.
I hope so.
All right. Rebels. Rebels actually isn't terrible. At least it's not Resistance.
Yeah, no Resistance.
If they put Resistance on this list, I'd be like, what the hell?
No. Oh, look, it's Steven Universe.
Not surprising.
Surprise, Steven Universe.
Steven Universe has always been a ridiculously fantastic show.
Well, that's up for debate.
But it started out okay, but then it just got
It's
weird.
never been consistent in the animation style, but go ahead.
Yeah, but the places the series has gone in its most recent season this year have been satisfying in a way that simply cannot be overstated. Steven pilots his mom's giant pink ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Steven is his own mother. It's complicated. It's very strange. And without Tumblr, I think it's going to be canceled. Anyway.
It's already ending anyway.
Yeah. It's been years since we were first introduced to Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, and difficult as it is to believe, Steven Universe is at a point where their story is about to come to an end. It's a bittersweet time to be a fan of the show, to be sure, but it's also incredibly fantastic to see how this epic plot is finally going to come to a close. Everyone's going to hug it out. There's no conflict.
Probably, because there's always about the power of friendship.
Yeah, JD1989, thank you, did not have to do that. Rebecca Sugar and Noelle Stevenson are hacks. I think they were in the right place at the right time. I have not watched Westworld yet, and I should. I keep hearing I should watch Westworld.
Okay. Well, and then the worst shows, are these ones. Hold on, I can't get the scroll. Why won't it scroll?
Because you're not on the little scrolly thing. You got to grab it and pull it down.
Okay, well, Once Upon a Time, which, I used to watch that show, but it just jumped the shark so long ago. Outlander, Night Flyers, and The X-Files are the 4 worst.
Oh, God, The X-Files reboot was pure ass.
Well, I only saw the first couple episodes
it was
of the last season, and it was, and I just was like,
it was so bad. It was so bad. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh, okay. So speaking
yes.
of She-Ra, we'll talk about She-Ra. And actually, some folks mentioned this. I think
I have
Stormy
to make
did.
sure I have to tell, Pinky Boo, because she's going to want to watch them before they're gone.
Yeah, in the Discord, that She-Ra, the original She-Ra, is leaving Netflix next month.
Of course, they have to get rid of the original because it's cutting into the hits on the new one.
Yeah.
I don't see it on there.
It's
Is it
not
on there?
here. It's supposed to be leaving. I thought it was leaving.
Is it Princess of Power instead of She-Ra?
I don't know. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, here. Okay, it's leaving the 17th. Hold on. Yep. He-Man's leaving and She-Ra's leaving. Master Clockwork, thank you, didn't have to do that. DuckTales is better than all this crap.
That's true.
DuckTales is very good. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if their, if their license is up, the agreement is up, or maybe they want people to buy the sets, or, She-Ra is so weird. The original She-Ra was trending on Netflix, but the new show was not. So maybe they need
that's what I'm thinking. It's probably more to do with the licensing being up, but still, it was just like, rah.
Yeah, do they still have classic Voltron on Netflix? Because I know they did for a while when they brought Legendary Defender out, and then they pulled the classic show off, I think. But yeah, so it's leaving on the 17th. Don't know what that means, if that means anything. I have no idea.
Someone said, I heard Outlander was great. Why does it think it's bad? It's probably for a gender. It's probably because it didn't have a strong female character that they liked, that didn't, that was the right kind of anything they agree with. I can't even think to talk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It didn't agree with what they thought was strong.
Zem Brown, Mattel's snatching back their shit. Yeah, they might be. I've heard that. Mattel is trying to get the rights back to as many shows and movies as it can. I think they want to be like Hasbro and they want to control all their own stuff. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. So, have you seen Sabrina yet? No! I need to watch Sabrina.
We need to watch a lot of things.
I don't
We're
have
so busy.
time. I don't have time. I miss my Tumblr titties. Okay.
Well, they're on Twitter now.
They're on Twitter.
I can
so
confirm.
Go to Twitter, and now you can find Twitter titties. All the Twitter titties you can tweet.
They're on there because I can confirm I've seen them every day for the last several days. Anyway, now what were you going to show? Oh yeah, we already talked about this before.
Yeah, but wasn't there something else in this article?
If
you missed our previous video, He-Man will not.
No, it's the way this woman wrote it.
Not be coming to Netflix She-Ra, which is good.
Listen to how this is. Okay, this is how this person describes He-Man, right? She-Ra showrunner Noel Stevenson told Inverse that He-Man is not really on the table for this iteration of She-Ra at all. This makes sense when you consider He-Man as kind of a pulpy holdover from the late 70s.
Oh, yeah.
You mean like campy from the 80s? And early 80s who might need some significant overhauling, or at least a GD haircut, to be updated to our more modern sensibilities.
Our more modern sensibility. Who is us? Who is we? Nicholas Horton, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Mattel should bring back 2002 He-Man series. Yeah, that'd be awesome if they would.
Well, you have but he has the DVDs. You have the DVDs now.
Again.
So, so they're like already bashing this, and they're talking about how that the Superman and Supergirl, but they're worried that could potentially overshadow. Here's that word again. The character in her own show.
Titular.
But why Supergirl is forced to introduce Superman or look very, very silly otherwise, She-Ra has the luxury of ignorance. Yeah, there's a lot of ignorance on the part of most of the audience. No one has to explain why He-Man isn't fighting the Horde because none of the characters or even much of the audience probably know who He-Man is. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Or what his connection to Adora She-Ra is.
Tumblr wouldn't care.
If no one on She-Ra and the Princess of Power is mentioning He-Man and She-Ra isn't trying to live outside of his shadow, then he doesn't really seem necessary to her story. Though excluding He-Man isn't without its challenges. But at the end, basically, they're going on about these. It's about time these female spin-off characters with much more fascinating backstories than their male counterparts finally start getting their due. Because, no one ever gave them their due before. It wasn't like She-Ra was popular in the 80s or anything. I mean...
Yeah. Oh, God. Seatown Avenger, thank you. Didn't have to do that. They need to revamp He-Man with brushable hair.
Well, they're going to. They're teasing the He-Man with brushable hair.
They are. They actually... And I don't have the photo pulled up right now, but Mattel has a prototype out of a 12-inch posable He-Man doll that has a brushable page boy haircut.
It's so great. I have to have it just so I can brush his hair. I'll be happy. Anyway, what else were you going to talk about?
We're going to talk about the Bechdel Test, one of Geeky's
my
favorite
thing to talk about next to She-Ra.
Yeah, one of Geeky's favorite things.
Bechdel Test.
This comes from the Mary Sue, the bastion of journalistic integrity of the Mary Sue. Very unopinionated, very moderate.
We agree that it's time to retire the Bechdel test.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Yeah, but it's funny because they were arguing the Bechdel test before this and other articles, but now They agree that it's time to...
Now that's their idea.
When it was my idea, I was just, a misogynist in a woman's body. But now that it's their idea, it's completely fine. So go ahead.
Over at the Washington Post, critic Alyssa Rosenberg posited that it might be time to stop using the Bechdel test as the end-all, be-all test of feminism in film.
Been saying it for years.
Alison Bechdel even thinks it's out of
Yes.
Just saying. Rosenberg says that the Bechdel test doesn't even get close to reorienting...
Why does it need to?
Reorienting the entertainment industry toward women's stories.
Well, you know what? They're not going to be happy until every movie is the way they want it. You can't have anything that's not, their way. But go ahead.
Or to subject matter and emotional tones that have been traditionally considered female rather than excitingly
masculine. Okay.
Reorienting. I'd be delighted if I never heard anyone connected with Hollywood invoke the Bechdel test again. I'm inclined to agree with her.
Yeah, well, I've been saying it for years.
We can agree with that.
I've been saying it for years.
Test.
I think it's stupid. And the Bechdel test, for those who don't know, they discuss it here. It was first introduced by Alison Bechdel in her comic strip Dykes to Watch Out For, judges films based on whether there are two named women who speak in a film about something other than a man.
It used to be, it was a joke. It was a joke. And it was from the freaking 1980s. I think the comic came out in the 80s.
I don't know.
And it just became this litmus test for how woke a film is. But I know really early, every time we bring up the Bechdel test, Geeky just
I get so mad.
Pissed.
I'm so tired of this. And then, so they're basically talking about that. And they said, for example, Pacific Rim doesn't pass a Bechdel test, but I'd argue that Mako is a deeply feminist character.
I would agree with
that.
I would agree with
On
that.
the flip side, the remake of The Women has women talking to each other about subjects other than men, and that film is a mess.
So, wait, what you're saying is you should judge a film on a case-by-case basis as being a good film based on the quality of the film and not on
the
whether
Bechdel
or not...
test? Yes!
Not as whether or not it passes the Bechdel test?
Reason coming from the Mary Sue. Can you believe it?
Shit.
Can you believe it? I know, right?
Oh, Twitter's going to take you to task, Mary
That's right.
Sue.
So they had that stupid study we talked about women gross more than men at the box office and all that, which is very subjective, and they don't give their research data and all other crap. So, you can say whatever. But they talk about that. We did another video about that before. There's more representation. There's more to representation and inclusive intersectional feminism. Oh, here we go. Intersectional feminism. Than Natasha Romanoff and Wanda Maximoff sharing...
All the other offs.
Yeah, all the offs. Sharing a few lines of dialogue about something other than Steve and Vision.
Okay. We need more than just a scene of dialogue to make something feminist. It's time that Hollywood learn that.
Bleh. Anyway,
watch anime.
Yeah.
You want feminism done right? Powerful female characters who kick ass? Watch anime.
Well, feminism isn't enough anymore. You have to have what would they call it? Intersectional feminism.
Yes, intersectional feminism, where it's not enough just to be a woman, but you need to be a woman plus.
Plus.
Well,
I am a woman plus, and I still think you're full of shit. So there you go. And I've been calling this Bechdel test BS for years, and I took a lot of crap over it too. You can attest to this.
Yeah, every time, Geeky actually got cut out. I think we talked about this before. Maybe some of the folks watching this one never heard that live stream, but years ago, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, Geeky was actually invited to participate in a Women in Comics Roundtable interview. And I
was the only one with actual pro cred.
Yeah, she was the only one who actually had professional credit. She actually worked on Disney Comics. She worked on our comics. At that point, I think did we have an agent at that point? I think we did.
No, I don't know if we did.
Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Anyway, we've been invited to a bunch of conventions. She was pretty well known.
We're in Wikipedia, dang it.
We're in Wikipedia, and they cut her out of the interview because her views did not gel with the rest of the
They were basically trying to write an article about how women are just kept out of everything in comics, and I'm like, but that's not really true. If you look at things like Scholastic and all that, some of the there were female editors at DC and all these other places, so that's not 100% true. And they just cut me out. But I was talking more about the fact that the most shit I've ever taken about people making fun of me for for being a mom or a wife or whatever was from other women.
Yeah.
It wasn't from men. It was from other women trying to, crap on me to elevate themselves. And I don't take that. I just take the shit and shove it back in.
Shove the shit back in.
I do. Shove it back in.
And we also had Articue. Now I'm gonna say
I meant to say article.
I'm gonna say
Articue. I'm gonna barbecue that.
We're gonna add that to the Clownfish TV lexicon. Articue is when you roast the hell out of an article written by dumb people.
Okay, so you've heard it here first.
That's an articue. You have a barbecue
With no
roasting people who write dumb articles.
So we are known for articues.
That's what we do here. We have an articue. Every live stream we roast these people and their dumb articles.
Drink, and it's nothing good. It's
just Will Ferrell's Holmes and Watson got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just not as good as She-Ra.
No, She-Ra's much better, I'm sure.
Yeah. What else do we got here? Going down the list. Oh, I was right.
Yes, that's why I sent it to you. I sent it to you.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I wrote an article for a blog talking about how the word on the street was that Disney would do everything in their power to make sure they got the Fantastic Four and got the X-Men back. And this is before the Fox deal was announced, and people roasted the hell out of me. They said I was a delusional fanboy. I didn't know what the hell I was talking
making
about.
Up stuff.
Bitches. Here it comes. Before we get into that, though, Carnival Man Jones, thank you, didn't have to do that. Off topic, did you guys hear about Google taking off ArtStation's app from their store because they said it violated their policy of explicit content?
No.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We didn't do a video on it, but I did hear about it. The pictures they flagged weren't explicit.
Well, neither half the pictures that were flagged on Tumblr.
Most of what's going on now, I think, is just, and this is the same with Patreon, too, where they're relying on people flagging content as to what content is quote-unquote objectionable. So people are getting pulled. I think their Patreons are getting pulled. Their YouTube channels are getting pulled. Apps are getting pulled down because you've got people flagging them.
Well, it could be a revenge thing, too, I mean,
it could be a rival company.
So I'm just going to go pull you down because that's not whatever else. Okay, go ahead. Back to your thing.
Marvel Cinematic Universe may begin developing Fox properties next year, according to Kevin Feige. Told you.
I have to stop for a minute. Somebody said nice things. It said, Geeky, you're a beautiful, successful woman with beautiful children and a wonderful husband. Thank you.
Who's he?
I'm making a little heart at you, but you can't see it because we should put it on camera, but I'm shy. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, Kevin Feige is working on, X-Men Fantastic Four starting next year. That is
early next year,
because I think now with Marvel, they've pretty much milked all the characters that aren't X-Men Fantastic Four.
They milked them in Star Wars. We actually saw it.
We saw the green milk.
They saw it. And they showed you how they milked it.
I don't want to see the Hulk get milked on screen. I'm sure there are pictures of that on Twitter, formerly Tumblr, but they probably moved them over to Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the Hulk get milked on camera. On screen.
I don't even know where you came up with that, but go ahead. Because
green milk.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, now I've got images. Go ahead. Keep going.
Highly anticipated Disney
need that.
Fox deals reportedly set to close next month, and with it, Marvel will suddenly have hundreds of additional characters they'll be able to use in live-action properties. According to Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige, properties based on the characters acquired in Fox may enter development within the next 6 months. Yeah, they're going to tap that shit. They're going to jump on it.
They've already kind of been putting what they could put in to, indicate that there's a possibility in case they got it.
Yeah, so, look, X-Men, the X-Men movies, the Fox movies made a ton of money. I can't imagine what the MCU version of the X-Men would be like. It would make a shit ton of money. Anybody can be milked.
Yes, I mean, you've met.
But you need consent first. Consensual milking.
No. Gaylord
Meet the
Fokker.
Fockers, yeah.
Okay.
No, Meet the Parents. Meet the Fockers
but his name was
Gaylord Fokker.
And we got some trouble for using the word named Gaylord.
Oh my god.
People had a flippin' hissy.
We had a character named Gaylord in our comic, and the Tumblrites found it, and they're like, oh my god, you're mocking people. I'm like, no, it's an actual name. It is an actual name, you dumbasses. Anyway, this is really interesting that they're starting now. They're starting now. I'm sure they've gotten their mind. I mean, Fantastic Four would be perfect because they've introduced all the space elements. We've got the Watchers. Felix, thank you. Didn't have to do that. It's funny that the Bechdel Test articles never mentioned girls. Trip, spy Hidden Figures as successful female.
Yes!
Yeah, Hidden Figures was intersectional feminism, to the max, right? And
it was true.
It was a true story. They should focus on films like Ghostbusters, Proud Mary, and Ocean's 8. Yeah, Hidden Figures, I need to see that. I've actually heard good things about it.
Yeah, they keep focusing. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, go ahead.
They're going for it. They're gonna, I'm really excited to see what Kevin Feige comes up with for Fantastic Four, and X-Men. I think the X-Men films, especially after Apocalypse, they've kind of run their course. And I was actually excited. I was actually excited about the First Class reboot because I loved First Class and I loved Days of Future Past. And then Apocalypse was like, what the hell happened? Like, you guys had a good thing going. I have zero excitement for Dark Phoenix. I'm like, that is a movie. That is a plot line I wish they would have saved for the MCU because it's got all those cosmic elements to it. And
I'm sorry, I didn't know they were doing another season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 production reportedly eyes February 2019 start date. Sorry, I was distracted by that. I'm like, oh, wait, they're doing more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh,
I did
cool.
not know they were doing more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought they kind of got rid of it since they haven't done anything with it lately. Anyway,
Neon sounds like a butthead when he said dumbasses. Yeah, I do. Well, no, it's a point of contention for me because I had so many people coming to our blog and telling me that I was a dumbass for even suggesting. There were two things I suggested. One was, if you read the tea leaves, that absolutely Disney was going to do whatever it had to do to bring back Fantastic Four.
It's almost as if we know people over there.
It's almost as if we know people at Disney.
We work on stuff with Disney. I mean, it's almost
like as if by magic. So I put that out there. People said I was stupid. I said it would happen after the Infinity films, and look, it's happening exactly when I said it would. But hey, what do I know? And the other thing I said is that Disney was going to license out its comic books, its superhero comic books, to other publishers and eventually shut down Marvel as a publishing house and job things out to like IDW. I called this back in like the beginning of 2017. People said I was full of shit. I didn't know what I was talking about. And oh my God, look what's happening. Look what's happening. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some guy. Anyway.
That's a different channel.
Yeah, that is a different channel. He's pretty funny though. He's funnier than I am. He's a lot funnier. How is Disney going to do Fantastic Four now that Stan Lee's dead? Hopefully decently. I don't know. Yeah. I'm hoping
it's a crapshoot though sometimes. With them. So you're an oracle, yes.
Yeah, I am. You heard it here first. I stuck to my guns, and sure enough.
People did call you names. It was funny. They were calling it. You were getting so mad too, which I don't blame you.
I was like, too. I know what I'm talking about, people. I had people from like other comic blogs that were coming in, like, who's this random person who's? And it's like, no, trust me, this is totally gonna happen. Totally gonna happen. Meh. Anyway, but no, I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited to see what Marvel Studios does. I think if anybody can fix the Fantastic Four, do the Fantastic Four right, it's
the MCU.
Marvel Studios, yeah. So so long as they don't completely screw up the MCU after Endgame, like beyond repair, well, we should be good. So anyway, do we have any other things we want to discuss?
No, I think we covered a lot of things.
A lot of ground tonight. So do we want to wrap this one up?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much. We had like 600 or 700 people on tonight. That's pretty good for, not completely ranting about
everybody.
Shira. Yeah, thank you so much.
We really get that when we do Shira.
Yeah, we really pack them in. We had over like 1,200 people on the one time.
One time about Shira, yeah. But it's just it's they keep going this idea that it's only a few people. Well, the few people, there's just a few people you wouldn't have 1,200 people listening because they agree. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right. Well, just a recap here for those of you just coming in. Crunchyroll is trying to save face.
They're trying to stay crunchy.
They want you to stay crunchy. They've got a very
interesting video,
Tumblr-esque commercial for the kinds of people they want.
Because they want it to be an inclusive and extraordinary and diverse anime community. Because don't you know it wasn't before?
Because anime was never diverse.
It was never before. They're making it that way because it never was before.
Never diverse before. And Chris Pratt is being attacked by TV Guide of all places for clicks, I think. And IO9's best shows of the year included Doctor Who and She-Ra.
Of course it did. Is anybody surprised by this?
That should surprise no one given the source. The original She-Ra and He-Man are both leaving Netflix on January 17th.
Which I'm mad about.
He-Man's problematic.
No, He-Man is, what they say, it wasn't problematic.
He needs some significant overhauling.
He's a pulpy holdover from the 70s and 80s.
A pulpy holdover from the late 70s and early 80s.
And he needs overhauling.
The Bechdel test is dumb. Well, we could have told you that.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, water's wet. The Bechdel test is dumb,
Is this right before she got blown up in the helicopter for stupid reasons?
Well, now you just ruined it.
The movie was dead on arrival.
I know.
It was such a disappointment.
Okay.
That's a whole nother video. God, Pacific Rim Uprising was a piece of shit. Anyway, Yeah, Marvel's finally going to do something. They can't wait to get their hands on the Fantastic Four and the X-Men because, they're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel now for hero movies, I think.
So there you go. We got a bunch more new cans to open.
New cans to open. That has been our... Oh, God, people were on here. Did we get everybody? Okay. Thank you, Wolf Lover Lisa. I find most of these modern, strong, female-driven stories from Western Hollywood media lacking in good plot and characters compared to stories and comics I read coming from China and Japan.
I'd agree with that.
I think they're too worried about offending people, so they don't write real people. They write perfect people that don't actually exist.
They write tropes. They're like stereotypes. And they end up making more stereotypes by writing these, diverse characters than they would have done if they had just been true to people and I hit the mic, sorry. This is it. Bam! I'm hitting the mic.
Great Loner, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Here's some beer money for the work you guys make. Yeah, we need to have more beer next time. We're more fun with beer.
We'll do another one before the new year about what we're looking forward to in 2019.
Yeah, it's not
we'll have alcohol for that one.
It's not all doom and gloom. Actually, there is some stuff we're looking forward to.
We're excited about next year.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff we're looking forward to next year. So, but thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for joining in the chat. Sorry we didn't get to reply to everybody, but there's a lot of people on. But we do appreciate it. We appreciate all the support we had in 2018 and going into 2019. We got some new tricks up our sleeve.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to deal with this one real quick. What if you make strong female characters who's feminine like boys? Well, I have a story for that. As we told before, what happens is your agent tells you can't have those characters because it's not feminist enough. And that actually happened because why would a girl care if a boy that she smiled at her? She would be secure in her own self and wouldn't need that. That's not a strong female character. And I'm like, have you been a teenage girl? Because I was. And when you're a teenage girl, I don't care if you like boys or girls. If the person you have a crush on smiles at you, it totally impacts your self-worth. So kiss my ass. But that is a true story, and it actually happened. By a male agent told me.
Yeah, your
I told him.
Feminist male literary agent told Geeky she wasn't feminist enough. That did not go well. Somebody want to know when we do a face reveal. Actually, it's more for our case is more convenience because then we don't have to
that and then I won't disappoint people. They're like, oh, that's her. Okay.
We're not 20.
But we don't look old either. Thank you. I get mistaken for younger than I am all the time.
You get carded.
Not lately, but.
Well, you should. When you buy beer with that beer money.
Somebody's trying to kiss up. Anyway, go ahead.
I am. So, okay. We need PewDiePie to shout you out. I would absolutely talk to PewDiePie.
I don't think that he's going to do that, but okay.
I don't think he's going to. Let me go find that channel with 15,000 subs.
Thank you. I'm the spirit animal. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know. I said 100,000 subs. There we go. Give us something to shoot for. We'll go. Okay. We'll go live all the time. Yeah. Maybe you can see our faces twisting and contorting with disgust.
Yeah, I'm very expressive. My hands go everywhere. That's why I hit the microphone. Actually, it's hilarious. If you actually read our comic, if you go to shadowbutters.com and you read the comic, Neon based me as he put in quotes expressiveness on me because I am very expressive and my hands go everywhere. But my facial expressions are what he based her on a lot.
Yeah, I did. Well, we have a lot of new stuff coming next year. So we're working on getting our we're gonna do our blog. We're gonna do a new blog. We're working on new forums. We're working on getting our webcomic back on track.
More creation videos.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing more.
Possibly for creation videos.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing more drawing videos. I know people really enjoyed.
We want you to go create new things.
We want you to go. Yeah, we want you to go do stuff. You do not need a face reveal. Good formula as is. Right. Keep it. Thank you. Actually, like the
we're
little.
Not hard to find anyway.
No, we're not. I like the little avatars.
We're out there.
I like the little avatars though. I think it's kind of funny. And plus, we don't have to wear fancy clothes or anything. We just
you don't have to. Well, you don't have to wear clothes right now.
No, for all you know, we're broadcasting in the buff.
We're not
because
I just stick to the chair and it was not even.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
If you hear a
I was thinking
Geeky standing up.
Okay, there's a reason I said that. So one time
God. Okay.
One time we were doing caricatures at an event, and the nudist showed up.
Wait. You need some context. Okay.
I can't say where. We were doing an event, and the nudist showed up.
Yes.
But they had clothes on.
Yes.
But they kept wanting Neon to draw them naked and kept offering pictures.
I used to do. I haven't seen your face for a decade. No, yeah, Medicor. Yeah, no, you haven't. Actually on the Transformers board. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to see my face. No, But no, yeah, I used to do caricatures, and I thought they were joking. They're like, "Could you draw us?"
He was going to show us the pictures. We're like, "No, thank you."
They were from Florida, and they were
jokes
nudists.
made about why you have to keep your furniture covered in Florida.
Oh
when
my
you're
God,
nudist.
they weren't
Remember?
jokes.
But they were talking about it.
They were like, I'm like, well, you guys are. And they were like in the 70s, and they were nudists
I
from
think
Florida.
They were 60s, but. And they wanted to show us pictures, and they were talking about how you have to cover your furniture in Florida when you're nudist.
I thought they were kidding. I thought they were kidding. So I'm like, guys, I can draw you. I can draw you from the shoulders up. Okay, but this is a family event. I cannot draw you in the buff, and I sure as hell am not drawing you stuck to your furniture. We don't want
to see the pictures.
Oh my God. So that is.
We were just like, oh my God.
Oh, the other great one too was when the dude had the pet boa constrictor, and he wanted me to do a character of his boa constrictor.
Yes, and he brought it in.
He brought the boa constrictor, and I thought he was kidding.
Like he was going to show you a picture.
Like he's going to bring a picture of a snake. I'm like, yeah, I guess I can draw a snake. Cool, I'll draw a snake. Dude brings the snake in a bag to the event, opens the bag, drops the snake on the ground like Jake the Snake Roberts. Big ass boa constrictor in front of my table. I'm like, holy shit, here comes security to get the snake out. And I'm like, dude, you could have just taken a picture and given me a picture of the snake. I could have worked.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap this.
Derailed. We keep saying
we always do.
We are for real. It's for real.
Yeah, we're real. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching Clownfish TV. Thank you for the support. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for super chatting. Thank you for just being here and watching. It does help the channel. Hit the subscribe button.
We're going to be having a lot more stuff.
If you haven't done that already, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to come up with some really cool stuff for next year.
Yeah, I'm really excited about next year. We'll talk about another show.
We'll talk about another show.
We'll see you guys later.
Thanks, guys. Goodbye.